Hello everyone. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to this class. So this is the last class of computer of C programming in crash course. So I hope my screen are visible to you. Okay, so today we will be discussing a very important topic, and that is a little bit complex topic, but it is a useful thing, right? So we will be discussing about unions and structures. Okay, structures in C and unions. Okay, these two things we will be discussing today. And without a structure in computer science, lots of things you cannot build. For example, you have linked list. So a node of a linked list is nothing but a structure, right? So a structure, what is a structure and what is a union? We will be discussing this about this today. In 1998 December 2019, they have asked a question from structures and unions. So if we talk about data types in C programming, you have seen we have different kind of data types, right? So for example, we have some predefined data types, or you can say system defined data types. So there are some predefined data types which have a defined meaning. Okay, predefined meaning. Then you have user defined meaning. User defined meaning means that the meaning for these data types you will decide, right? So for example, predefined data types you use in C programming is integer, right, character, and float. These are the basic data types which you use in C programming. So use float and long also. So others are derived data type, for example unsigned integer, signed integer. Then we have short integer, we have character, we have float. All these are the basic data types, that are the predefined data types. That means the definition of these data types is already written by the C programmers. Okay, those who actually develop the C programming language, they already defined the meaning of all these data types. Okay, they have defined that the range of the integer will be 16. So it is a 16-bit integer, then the range will be minus 2 to the power 16 minus 1 to minus 1 to plus 2 to the power 16 minus 1. Okay, in case of signed integer, right? So their range is defined and the meaning is defined. That means if you have a variable that you are declaring using the integer, so integer variable means that variable can take only integer value, right? If we are defining any variable or any identifier using the character data type, that means that particular variable will take only character value, right? For if you define any variable like this char a, this means that this a variable will take only character value. Okay, it can take a character value or it can take a ASCII value of some character, like it can take 65. Okay, so if we are declaring any variable as float variable, this means that you can use only float values, and if it is a 32-bit float value, then the range will be depending on the uh, 2's complement representation, right? Float numbers are represented using the 2's complement into the, so float numbers are represented using the IEEE format in the computer system. Then we have some user defined data type. That means, for example, we have some structures. Okay, you can declare a structure and you can declare a union, and these are user defined data types. What is the meaning of this is they are also the data types, just like these integer, character, and float. Structure and union is also a data type, but their meaning you will define. These are user defined data types. Okay, इनका मीनिंग जो है वो आप डिक्लेयर करोगे, आप बताओगे कि इनका स्ट्रक्चर क्या होगा, इनमें कौन कौन से डेटा टाइप आप यूज़ करोगे, क्या क्या फंक्शंस होंगे, राइट, क्या क्या चीज़ें आप इसमें यूज़ करोगे. दैट मीन्स एवरीथिंग विल बी डिफाइंड बाय द यूज़र. In the predefined data types, already everything is defined. You can directly use them. Okay, you can use integer, you can use character, you can use float. You do not need to define the meaning of integer, character, and float, because the meaning is already defined. That is predefined meaning, right? So you can call a predefined data types, or you can call system defined data type. These are the predefined data types, right? So structure and union are the user defined data types, and you can declare any data structure using the keyword that is structure. For example, you can declare any new data type. For example, let us say I'm making a new data type structure struct a. Okay, so the definition of this data type a will be, let us say I'm taking int b, char c, okay, and float f. So I'm declaring these three data types in this structure, This means that A is a data type. Okay, we have declared we are making a new data type, that is A. ये हमने अपनी तरफ से बनाया है. Okay, हमने एक नया डेटा टाइप बनाया A. तो मेमोरी के अंदर ये डेटा टाइप अभी तक इसको कोई मेमोरी एलोकेट नहीं हुई है. Till now we have not allocated any memory to this structure. When we will initialize this particular structure, then only memory will be allocated. For example, you will have the main function. In the main function, what you will do is you will say struct A equals to 20 C and then some float value. Okay, now you have initialized this structure A. अब आपने इस A को initialize किया स्ट्रक्चर को. इसका मतलब क्या है कि अब इसको मेमोरी मिल गई है. इन मेमोरी दिस स्ट्रक्चर विल बी स्टोर्ड इन दिस फॉर्म. सो इट इज़ ऑल्सो लाइक एरे. ओके, ये भी एरे की तरह ही है, बस डिफरेंस इतना है कि एरे में आप सिमिलर डेटा टाइप यूज़ कर सकते हो सिर्फ. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर इंटीजर एरे है तो यू कैन यूज़ ओनली इंटीजर वैल्यूज़. इफ इट इज़ ए कैरेक्टर एरे देन यू कैन यूज़ कैरेक्टर वैल्यूज़. बट इन केस ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर यू कैन यूज़ डिफरेंट डेटा टाइप्स इन द सिंगल डेटा टाइप. Okay, so first location will be having the value 20, second location will be having the value C, that is a character value, and third location will be having the value 12.5, and their addresses will depend on the size of this structure. For example, the starting address of this structure is 1000. So because first variable is a integer type variable, so it will take 2 bytes, right? For example, this will take 2, so the address of this second member of this structure will be 1002. Then the address of the third member will be 1003. Okay, this is your B, this is your C, and this is your F. These are the members of the structure. This is your structure A. Okay, this is your structure A. So this means that you have a data type A. आपने एक नया डेटा टाइप बनाया है A और उसके 3 मेंबर्स है. You have member 20, C and 12.5. You can access the members of a structure using the dot operator. How you can access the member? For example, if I want to print the value, okay, if I want to let us say print the integer value, then I will use the format specifier %d, and this means that I am saying a dot b. Okay, a dot b means that we have a structure A and I want to access the member B of this structure, right? I want to change the I have a structure A, and from this structure A I want to access the member B. So this means here 20 will be printed by this printf statement. So if I want to print the character in this, then I will say printf %d %c a dot c. Then in this case what will happen is the character value C will be printed, right? So then if let us say I want to print the float value, then I will say printf %d or %f a dot f. That is how you can access the members of any structure, right? So 12.5 will be printed. So this dot operator is called as member access operator. Okay, you can access the member of a structure using the dot operator. The size of this structure A will be, for example, the size of the integer is also a data type, right? The size of the integer is 2 byte, the size of the character is 1 byte, the size of the float is 4 bytes, right? So just like that, the size of this data type which you have made, जो आपने data type नया बनाया है A, उसका size क्या होगा? The size of this data type will be 2 plus 1 3 plus 4 7. So the size of this data type will be 7 bytes. That means this data type A in memory, if you declare any variable of type A, then it will take 7 bytes in the memory, right? It will take 7 bytes in the memory. So this is the name of the structure, and we have to declare a variable of this structure type. Let us say AC. Then you will access the C dot B, C dot C, C dot F, right? So A is the name of the data type. जैसे कि आपका इंटीजर है, इसी तरह से A है, जिस तरह से फ्लोट है, कैरेक्टर है, वो सब इट डेटा टाइप्स है, राइट? तो आप किसी वेरिएबल को अगर लेटर से आपको कोई वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करना है, हाउ यू विल डिक्लेयर द वेरिएबल? सो टू डिक्लेयर अ वेरिएबल यू विल डिफाइन द डेटा टाइप दैट आई वांट टू डिक्लेयर अ वेरिएबल ऑफ इंटीजर टाइप, right? So this is a variable A which is integer type. So A is integer type. Just like that we can declare a variable of A type. Okay, A is a type, so I am declaring a variable C. This means that C is a variable of A type. Just like A is a variable of integer type, just like that C is a variable of A type. A is a new data type which you have constructed, right? So this is your structure. We will see more examples of this. If you have any doubt, I hope you understood this. What is the meaning of this data type, right? So for example, I'm declaring a data type structure. So struct keyword will be used to make any new type. Okay, you are making a new type, let us say struct node. So node is a new data type which you are making, and the definition of this data type is, in this we will be having an integer variable, right? We will be having a float variable, and then we will be having a character variable, char c, right? So this means that we have this data type node, and this is having three members: integer type member, float member, and character member, right? So till now no memory is allocated to this variable. So memory to a variable is not allocated until it is initialized. Okay, when we will initialize this variable, only then memory will be allocated, right? अभी आपने बस क्या किया है, अभी आपने कंपाइलर को ही बता दिया कि मैं एक नया डेटा टाइप बना रहा हूँ नोड, right? So how I will initialize it? I will say struct node is a structure type, right? So node is a data type, and I'm declaring a variable d. So d is a variable of node type. Okay, node आपने एक नया data type बनाया है, so d is a variable of node type, right? So I'm initializing this variable d, and let us say this is 10, 10.5, and third member is character member, so this will be a. So that's how you can initialize all the members of a data type using this. आप इनको इंडिविजुअली भी इनिशलाइज कर सकते हो. यू कैन से d इक्वल्स टू 10, then d equals to 10.5, d equals to a. Like this also you can initialize this. Now what will happen is the memory is allocated to the variable d. Okay, now variable d will be allocated a memory, and in this variable d we have three members. Okay, we have a member integer type, we have a float type member, and we have a character type member. So first member is a, second member is b, and third member is c, right? So a is having a value 10, b is having a value 10.5, that is a float type variable, and c is having a value, character value a, right? So that means how much size will be allocated to this? 7 bytes will be allocated to the variable d. So variable d will be allocated 7 byte in the memory, right? You can access any member of this variable d. So how you can access? You can say printf %f. Let us say I want to access this variable, so I can say d dot b. Okay, so d is a variable of node type, and this data type is having three variables. This variable is having three data types, so I can access any of the data type, that is integer, float, or character, right? So this will print 10.5. So we know that integer takes 2 bytes, and float takes 4 bytes, and character takes 1 byte. That means this data type d will take in memory 7 bytes. Okay, this variable d in memory will take 7 bytes. Just like if you declare a variable integer type, okay, integer a, then this means that this will take 7 bytes in the memory. Okay, it will take 2 bytes in the memory. This variable a will take 2 bytes in the memory, right? So this is the meaning of this structure. Any doubt in this? So we can use a structure inside a structure. What we can do is, if you want to, for example, all these are the variables, right? Integer is a variable, float is a variable, character is a variable. So character c, b, a, all these are the variables. So you can declare a variable inside a structure, and that variable may be a structure. What I mean to say is, for example, if you have declared a structure like this, okay, you have declared a variable structure like this, structure node, and the definition of this structure is, let us say, in this we have an integer variable, we have a float variable, and we have a character variable. And let us say I'm making a new structure, that is structure node 1. Okay, in this structure what I can do is, I can use this structure variable also. I can say struct node d and integer e. So this means that this structure is having two members, and one member is itself a structure. एक member जो है वो structure है, वो structure क्या है? ये structure, right? So we have initialized this structure here, हमने इस वेरिएबल को डिक्लेयर किया यहाँ पर इस स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर। तो आप एक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर दूसरा स्ट्रक्चर डिक्लेयर कर सकते हो। यू कैन डिक्लेयर अ स्ट्रक्चर, यू कैन यूज a structure inside a structure. So in this case what will happen is, let us say if you want to assign the values to the node 1, in this case what will happen is, let us say I want to say struct, I am declaring a new variable of node 1 type, node 1, let us say some variable f. Okay, in this I am assigning a value. So the first member is a node d. Okay, first member is d and that is node type. So first I will assign the values to all these, that is 20, 20.5 and character c is, that is let us say a, right? And then I have the second member, that is e, that is also integer type, so I can say 30. This simply means that we have a structure node 1. Okay, we have a structure node 1, that is f. Okay, so this is a structure, that is f. In this structure we have a structure d. Okay, we have a structure d in this structure, and thus d is having three members, that is integer member, float member and character member, right? And then it is having one more member, that is e, that is an integer type. So this structure f is having two members. One member is a structure, that is this one structure, okay, because we have declared d as the node type, right? So in this the value is 20, the value is 20.5, and then value of the character variable is a, and the value of e is 30. So now you can access the values of this structure in this form. If let us say I want to access this member, and this member is the part of structure d, right? And d is the part of structure f, right? So if I want to access this value, let us say I want to access the value a, then I can say printf %d f. First I will go inside f, then f, inside f we have a structure d, then f dot d, right? Then in the structure d we have a variable a, that is a. So like this we can access the value of the structure inside the structure. That means this will print the value 20, right? So we can declare a structure inside a structure, because a structure is also a value, is also a data type. So d is also a data type, right? Node is a data type and d is the variable of node type. All these are also data types. बस डिफरेंस इतना है कि ये आपका यूज़र डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप है और ये प्री डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप है. सो इन ए स्ट्रक्चर यू कैन डिक्लेयर अ स्ट्रक्चर, देयर विल नॉट बी एनी प्रॉब्लम. If you want to access this value, that is e, if you want to access this, you can access this value directly like this, printf %d f dot e. Okay, because e is directly the member of structure f, right? So is it clear, everyone? So just imagine we have this program. Okay, we have a C program, and in this C program we have some main function, and in this main function we are declaring a structure. Let us say some structure struct a, right? And the definition of this structure is, in this we have a character array ch, and the size of this character array is 7, right? So we have the size of the array 7 bytes, and then we have a character type pointer, that is str. Okay, we have a character type pointer. Then we have a structure b in the main function, and the structure b is declared something like this. We have a character type pointer c. Okay, and then we are declaring another structure inside this structure. So structure a, and I'm taking a variable SSL of a type. So this SSL variable is a type and a is a structure, right? A is a structure like this. So this structure completes here. Then we have, let us say we are initializing the structure b. Okay, we are initializing this structure b, and let us say we are taking a variable s2. So in this I am saying Raipur, Kanpur and Jaipur, right? So these are the three values I have initialized in the structure B. And then I'm printing some values. The values which I'm printing is, let us say printf %s s2.c s2.ssl dot str, right? And then we have a printf statement, and this is saying %s plus s2.c, okay, and then plus s2.ssl.str. Okay, so we have a program like this. What will be the output of this program? We have to see this, right? So what we are how we are initializing this structure is, we have a structure B. In the structure B we have two members. First member is a character type pointer, and second member is a structure, that is A is a structure. So A is having also two members, that is a character type array and then character type pointer. So the values will be initialized like this. So this B structure will look something like this. Okay, structure B will look something like this. So when we are saying Raipur, what will happen is, because the first one is in the B, the first member is a character type pointer, so this Raipur will be stored in some array of characters. Okay, so Raipur will be stored like this, RAIP, because we know that string is nothing but array of characters, right? And then null character. Let us say this particular string is starting from the location 1000. So because the first one is a character type pointer, this means that this pointer will point to the Raipur string. Okay, this means that character star C is pointing to the pointer Raipur, because C is initialized with Raipur. Okay, we are seeing when we say char star C equals to any string. Okay, this means that this string will be stored somewhere in the memory, and the base address of this string will be passed to the pointer C. Okay, C is a character type pointer. Fine. So what we have is, first member will be having the location of the string Raipur. Okay, the base address of the string Raipur. This will be having address 1001, then 1002, because character takes only 1 byte. Like this, they will be having the addresses. So second one is a character type, second one is a structure. So we will go inside this structure SSL, and in the structure we have the first one is character type array. So this Kanpur will be given to this character array. So we will be having Kanpur CANPUR and then null character, right? This will be stored like this in the structure B. So this is your structure SSL. From here, second member is a structure SSL. So this will be structure SSL from here to and this last part. Okay, so the third member of third member will be the second string type pointer, right? It is a character type pointer. So this means that Jaipur will be stored somewhere in the memory. Okay, this means that Jaipur will be stored somewhere in the memory like this, in the form of characters, and then this is having, let us say, some base address 2000. This means that this Jaipur, the base address of this Jaipur will be given to the str. So the base address of this string will be 2000, right? So this is your structure B. In the structure B we have two members. First member is a pointer to the string Raipur, second member is a structure. Okay, in this structure we have two members, one is character type array and second one is character type pointer. So this pointer is pointing to the Jaipur, this char ch is having the string Kanpur, and then this char star C is having the address of the Raipur string. Then it is saying that %c s2.c. So it is saying that go to the structure s2. Okay, so this is structure B and we have declared the variable s2. So this is s2, right? So we are saying that go to the structure s2 and access the part C. Okay, so s2.c is what? This is your C, right? And this is your SSL. In the SSL, this is nothing but, this part is nothing but character array of 7 characters. and this part is nothing but string pointer, right? Str pointer. So this is saying that go to the structure S2, then access the member C. That means you are accessing the 1000 address. And we all know that when we pass the base address of any string to the printf statement, it will print the string. So at the location 1000 we have the string Raipur. So this one will print Raipur. Okay, this first statement will print Raipur. Then we have s2.ssl.str. This means that you will go to the structure S2. In the structure S2 you have a structure SSL, so you will go to the structure SSL. Then in this structure you have a member str, so you will go to the member str. That means it will give you the base address of the string 2000. So you will go to this address 2000 and you will print the string. Whatever string is stored at this location. That means this one will print Jaipur. So first printf will print Raipur and Jaipur. Then second one, right? So it is saying that plus s2.c. In this case you should see what is the whether dot operator is having higher precedence or plus is having the higher precedence, because s2 is associated with two operators. One is unary operator and second one is also a unary operator, right? So you are saying s2.c, whether s plus is having the higher priority or member access having the higher priority. So you will see the priority table. This member access operator is having the higher precedence than the plus operator, right? So first, that means you will apply the s2.c. So what is the meaning of s2.c? s2.c means this particular member. Okay, s2 is this structure and the member c is this part. That means it will give you 1000. Then you are saying plus 1000. Plus 1000 means 1001. Okay, that means this will evaluate to 1001. This will give you 1001, right? So you will start printing the string from the 1001, that is from A, right? So you will print AIPUR. This means first statement will print AIPUR. Then second statement will print s2.ssl.str. That means, because we know that this dot operator is having the higher precedence than the plus operator, so you will go to the structure S2. In the structure S2 you will access the structure SSL. In the structure SSL you will access the str member, and str member is having the address 2000. So this part will give you 2000 address. Okay, so then you will say plus 2000. Plus 2000 means 2001. So you will go to the location 2001. This is this location 2001, and you will print the string from the location 2001, that is AIPUR. So this will also print AIPUR. That means the output of this will be Raipur, Jaipur, and AIPUR and AIPUR, right? Anyone in the class who did not understand this concept? So अगर आपने स्ट्रिंग नहीं पढ़ी है तो आई थिंक आप सबको पता होगा स्ट्रिंग कैन बी डिक्लेयर्ड in two methods. Okay, we can declare string in two ways. First way is we can declare the string like this. So string is nothing but a structure, string is nothing but a array of characters. So we can declare a string in two ways. So we can say character C and the size of the string, or we can simply say we are not declaring the type, we are not declaring the size of the structure. We can assign any string, let us say Abdul. So this means that this will be stored in the memory like this: A, B, D, U, L, and in the last you will be having a null character. This null character will tell the printf statement that this string is ended. Okay, this is the end of the string, because we know that every character takes only one byte. So address will be like this: 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and 1005, right, like this. So if you want to print this string, what you have to do is you need to simply pass the printf, and format specifier for the string is %s, right? So you can simply pass the base address of the string. So base address, we know that the name of the array keeps the base address of the string, right? So C is pointing to the base address of the string. That means C is a pointer which is keeping the base address of the string, right? So you can simply say C. So this will print the string Abdul, right? But if you say, like, let us say like this, printf, if you say printf %c C0. Okay, now it will not print the correct complete string. Now it will print the character at the position C0. This is C0, right? This is C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is C4, and this is C5. So if you say, this will print only character A, right? We can declare the string in the form of pointer also. We can declare the string like this also, char star str equals to Abdul. You can say like this also. So in this case, what will happen is, this Abdul will be stored somewhere in the memory. We do not know where it will be stored in the memory. It will be stored somewhere in the memory in this form. Okay. And now the base address of this string will be passed to the pointer str. So str is a pointer, and it will be having the base address of the string, that is 1000. Right? If you want to print this string, you can directly say printf. Okay, you can directly say printf %s str. Okay, so this will print your string, completely string. But the difference between these two is that when you declare a string using the array, you can change the character of any string. But if you declare a struct, if you declare any string using the pointer, then you cannot change the characters. For example, if in this case, if I say, okay, if I say in this case, let us say C1 equals to U, right? So there will not be any problem. This will be successfully done. That means this C1 character will be changed to U, right? There will not be any problem. But in this case, if you say, let us say str0 equals to U, then in this case, this will be error. Okay, because when you declare any string using the pointer, then this string will be stored in the read-only memory. Okay, this string will be stored in the read-only memory. That means you cannot change this string. If you declare any string using the array, then you can change the characters of this string, right? But using the pointers, you cannot change the characters of a string, right? So that's what we have done in the previous question. Now we know that structure is also, when we make any data type using the structure, then we can make a pointer also. Okay, what we can do is, for example, if I make any structure like this, struct node, and let us say I declare some variable here, int a, okay, char b, and let us say float c. Then what I can do is, I can declare any number of variables of the node type. What I can do is, in the main function, I can say node a, b, c. This means that we have declared three variables of the node type. ये बिल्कुल इसी तरह से, जिस तरह से आपके इंटीजर ए बी सी है. अगर आप लिखते हो इंटीजर ए बी सी, दोनों की बिल्कुल मतलब एक फंक्शनैलिटी जो है वो सेम ही है. एक टर्म में दोनों बिल्कुल सेम है. वो क्या है कि यहाँ पर इंटीजर भी डेटा टाइप है और नोड भी एक डेटा टाइप है. बस डिफरेंस इतना है कि इंटीजर जो है वो प्री डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप है, नोड इज ए यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप. एंड ऑल दीज आर द आइडेंटिफायर्स, और यू कैन से वेरिएबल्स ऑफ द नोड टाइप, एंड दीज आर द वेरिएबल्स ऑफ इंटीजर टाइप. सो वी कैन डिक्लेयर ए पॉइंटर ऑल्सो. वी कैन डिक्लेयर ए नोड टाइप पॉइंटर. Okay, when we declare any node type pointer, this means that this d will keeping the address of the structure type. Okay, इस d के अंदर आप किसी भी structure का एड्रेस डाल सकते हो. अंडरस्टूड दिस? तो जैसे कि आप इंटीजर टाइप का कोई पॉइंटर डिक्लेयर कर सकते हो, उसी तरह से आप नोड टाइप का भी पॉइंटर डिक्लेयर कर सकते हो. यू कैन डिक्लेयर अ पॉइंटर ऑफ नोड टाइप. व्हाट आई मीन टू से इज, so let us say we have these three members of a node structure, and I am initializing this node. Let us say I am saying node d equals to 10 c, and then let us say 20.5. okay, and I am declaring any new variable. Let us say node star e, and I can say node star e equals to address of d. Okay, what is the meaning of this? This means that we have declared a normal variable of node type, and we have declared a pointer type variable of the node type. So just like integer pointer can keep the address of the pointer only, so integer pointer can keep the address only of the integer variable. Like that, node type pointer can keep the address of some other node. Okay, जैसे कि आपका ये node d है, अब आपने एक पॉइंटर डिक्लेयर किया नोड टाइप का, सो दिस नोड टाइप पॉइंटर कैन कीप द एड्रेस ऑफ सम अदर नोड, सम अदर structure. So in this case, what will happen is, this node will be stored in the memory. This d variable will get some memory in the main memory, right? And this will be having three members, that is 10 and character C and then float value 20.5. The address of this will be 1000, the address of this will be 1002, right? And the address of this will be 1003 because character takes only 1 byte, integer takes 2 bytes, right? So you will see that the address of D is, the base address of D is 1000, right? You can say the address of D is 1000. So because D is also kind of array which is having multiple type of data types, so in this E what will happen is the E is a pointer which is keeping the address of the structure D. Okay, so E will be having the address 1000, right? This means that simply E is pointing to D. Okay, E is pointing to D. We can say like this. जैसे कि आप कोई भी वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करते हो int a इक्वल्स टू 10, ओके, इसका मतलब क्या है कि आपको मेमोरी के अंदर एक वेरिएबल मिला a, उसके अंदर वैल्यू गई 10 और उसका एड्रेस लेटर से सम एड्रेस 1000. व्हेन यू से int स्टार b equals to address of a, this means that we have a b is a pointer and b is keeping the address of a. Okay, b will be keeping the address of a, the address of a is 1000. So b is also a variable which is keeping the address of a, right? So this means that b is pointing to a. Okay, b is pointing to the address of a. Just like that, this structure e, node e is pointing to the address of node d, right? You can declare a normal variable also and you can declare a pointer variable also. अगर आपने कोई यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप बनाया तो यू कैन डिक्लेयर इट पॉइंटर टाइप और नॉर्मल वेरिएबल, राइट? So if you want to access any variable, let us say if you want to access any value from this e, right? So what I can do is, now because e is pointing to d, so I can access the members of the node d using e also and using d also. How I can do that? So if I want to access the variables of e using d, I can do simply like this. वो तो आपको पता ही है, right? What I can do is I can simply say printf, if let us say I want to access this variable, integer variable, that is value 10, then I can simply say %d d dot a. Okay, d dot a will give you the value 10. Or what I can do is, if I want to access the variable using e, I can say like this, %d star e dot a, right? What is the meaning of star e? Star e का मतलब भी तो है ना कि आप e के अंदर जाओ. Okay, we have e, right? E is pointing to the variable, so e is having address 1000. Then what is the meaning of star? Star means that when you put star, this means that go inside the address. Okay, inside the address we have the d, right? We have the address of d. So that means whatever e is pointing to, go to the member a of that particular, go to the member of that particular structure. Okay, this star e dot a can be written directly. We have a very special symbol for this, and that symbol is e arrow a. We can directly write like this. These are having the same meaning. Okay, so star e dot a is equivalent to saying e a. Okay, this means that e is a pointer and whatever e is pointing to, go to the type a of this. Okay, go to the member a of this. जैसे कि आपने लिंक लिस्ट में भी देखा होगा. लिंक लिस्ट क्या है? लिंक लिस्ट भी एक सिंपल आपका नोड स्ट्रक्चर ही है, राइट? लिंक लिस्ट ऑल्सो स्ट्रक्चर. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट अ नोड ऑफ द लिंक लिस्ट, the node of the linked list is having two types. One is a value and one is the address of the next variable, address of the next node, like this. Okay, it is having some value and the address of the next node, है ना, इस तरह से. So last node will be having a pointer, null pointer, right? So let us say the address of this is something, let us say 4000. So the address of this is 1000. So address of this particular node is inside the inside this node, right? And address of this particular node is inside this particular node, and the address of this particular node is inside this node. That's how linked list is working. So linked list is nothing but, we can say like this, struct node, and node is having two members. One is integer type value. Okay, one is integer type value, and second is structure type pointer, that is node type pointer. Struct node star next. Okay, so next is a pointer. Next is a pointer of node type. That means this pointer will be pointing to some node. Okay, it will be pointing to some node. struct node star next. So if you want to initialize this linked list like this, if you want to make a linked list like this programmatically, I can say like this. Okay, I can say, so I can declare a variable, so I can make a static. अगर मुझे linked list static बनानी तो static केस में मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, I can simply say that struct node, I have let us say 1 2 3 4 node, I can say simply node n1 n2 n3 n4, I have 4 nodes. Okay, so the value of the n1 node is, the value of n1 node is 20, and the pointer of n1 node is, so n1 dot next. Okay, n1 dot, we can say next is having the address of the node 2, right? We can say n2 dot value is equals to 30, and the address part of n2 is n2 dot next is n3, right? It is pointing to the node n3. Like this we can make a static linked list. If you want to make the dynamic linked list, then you can say struct node star, you can use the malloc function. Okay, you can use the malloc function to make the dynamic linked list. So structure is also so linked list is nothing but a structure. So without structure the life will be very complex in programming, right? अगर आपको कोई structure नहीं पता, so like every data structure in C programming, for example stack or queue or linked list or trees or graphs, all of these are using the structures. Okay, tree का एक node क्या है, वो भी एक structure है. For example अगर आप मैं B plus tree की बात करूँ, B plus tree का एक node क्या रखता है, B plus tree के एक node के अंदर आपका एक ब्लॉक पॉइंटर होगा, कुछ वैल्यूज़ होंगी, है ना, कुछ ब्लॉक पॉइंटर्स होंगे और कुछ वैल्यूज़ होंगे. डिपेंडिंग व्हाट इज़ द डिग्री ऑफ द नोड, वी विल हैव सम पॉइंटर्स एंड वी विल हैव सम वैल्यूज़, और यू कैन से की वैल्यूज़, राइट? So just imagine we have this program. In this we have a main function and we have a structure s1. Okay, I'm declaring a new data type, that is s1. In this I have some members and the first member is character type pointer. Okay, character type pointer, character star z. Then I have an integer type variable int I, and then I have a structure type data type, that is s1 star p. Okay, so p is a pointer of structure type, p is a pointer of structure type, right? Then I'm initializing this structure s1, so I'm saying struct s1, I'm taking a new variable a and we are taking the array. Okay, so a is an array of structure type s1, a is an array of s1 type. जैसा कि आप लिख सकते हो integer a array, you can say this array is a s1 type array. So in this we will be having the structures. Okay, so what it means is, in this we have multiple structures and every structure will be having 3 members. Okay, every structure will be having 3 members. So for example the first structure is Nagpur, let us say Nagpur 1, let us say a plus 1, right? And then second one is Kanpur 2 a plus 2, right? Third structure is Kanpur 3 a. Okay, so this is your array in which we have 3 structures, because this is the array of these structures and every structure is having 3 members. Okay, this Nagpur means this z is corresponding to Nagpur, the first member is having the value Nagpur. So this is a character type pointer, this means that this is pointing to some string. Okay, it is pointing to some string. Integer I is a some integer value and structure s1 star p is a pointer, right? So this means that इसको आप diagrammatically लिख सकते हो. Let us first write the complete program. We have struct s1 and we are declaring one more variable, that is ptr, and it is keeping the address a, that means base address of this structure array, right? And then I'm printing some value. I'm saying printf %s and %s, then a0 dot z ptr arrow z. Okay, a2 dot p arrow z. Okay, can you try what it will print? अगर आप इस क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा सा भी गैस कर सकते हो कि ये क्या प्रिंट करेगा, तो मतलब आप काफ़ी अच्छे हो स्ट्रक्चर्स में। ओके, इसको सबसे पहले आपको डायग्रामेटिकली देखना पड़ेगा, आपको इमेजिन करना पड़ेगा हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पर। इसमें यहाँ पर सिंपली एक चीज़ हो रही है कि एक आपका एरे है ए, ओके, और ये एरे आपका स्ट्रक्चर टाइप है, इसके अंदर 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं। वी हैव 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स इन दिस एरे, right, and this structure S1 is having 3 members. Okay, so A is a S1 type, A is S1 type array, and A is having this S1 is having 3 members. The first member is a character type pointer, right? So this means that, so first one is this first member is initialized with the string Nagpur. This means that Nagpur is a string which is stored somewhere in the memory. Okay, it is stored somewhere in the memory like this, and it is having some base address, let us say 1000. So this pointer will be keeping the base address of this string. That means the first member will be 1000, that is Z. Okay, Z. Then second member is integer variable, so it is having the value 1. Okay, I is having a value 1. Then third member is structure type pointer, and it is having the address of the structure a plus 1. Okay, it is having the address of structure a plus 1. This is your pointer p. So this is your a0. Okay, ये जो पूरा स्ट्रक्चर है वो आपका a0 है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक a0 है। फिर आपका a1 स्टार्ट होगा, और a1 क्या है? a1 is your Kanpur. That means we have Kanpur stored somewhere in the memory. Okay, so this is Raipur. Second one is Raipur. So we have Raipur stored somewhere in the memory like this, in the form of characters, and it is having some base address, let us say 2000. This means that this Z will be having the address 2000. Okay, the member Z of the second structure will be having the address 2000, and the integer value is 2, right? I value is 2, and then the pointer p is having the value of the a plus 2. That means it is giving the base address of the structure number a plus 2, right? Then we have the third structure. This means that we have a string Kanpur. Kanpur is stored somewhere in the memory like this, and then the base address of this is, let us say, 3000. So the first part, that is Z is having the address 3000. It is having the integer value 3, right? And it is having the this third member, that is p, and it is a pointer to structure number a, right? So this is your structure number a1. Okay, this is a1, and this is a2. So we have 3 arrays, we have 3 structures in this array of structures, right? So we know that अगर आप मैं array की बात करूँ, अगर मैं आप integer array की बात करते हो कुछ इस तरह से, if let us say you have an array a in which you have some values 0 1 2 3, तो मैंने आपको बताया था कि इसका मतलब क्या है कि दिस इज़ द एड्रेस ए, दिस इज़ एड्रेस ए प्लस 1, दिस इज एड्रेस ए प्लस 2, दिस इज एड्रेस ए प्लस 3. अब आप इमेजिन करो, लेट अस से द बेस एड्रेस ऑफ दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. लेट अस से द बेस एड्रेस हियर इज 1000, लेट अस से 4000. ओके, ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है, ये जो आपका एरे है, एरे ए इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द लोकेशन 4000, right? Because this is the pointer, it will take 2 bytes depending on the on the kind of compiler we have. So let's assume the pointer is taking 2 bytes. Then this will be having the value 4002, then it is having the 4004, right? So this will start from the location 4006. This will start from the location 4006, then this will be having 4008, then 4010, right? This is having the address 4012, 4016, 4018. या फिर आप इसको इस तरह से बोल सकते हो, ये जो आपका एड्रेस है, पहले वाले स्ट्रक्चर का जो एड्रेस है वो आपका ए है, राइट? दिस इज़ ए, देन दिस सेकेंड वन स्ट्रक्चर इज़ ए प्लस 1, और थर्ड स्ट्रक्चर इज़ ए प्लस 2, right? So when you are saying a plus 1, this means that first structure inside this we have the address of this structure a plus 1. The base address of the structure a plus 1 is 4006. This a plus 1 means 4006, right? In the second structure we have the address of a plus 2, that is we have the address of the third structure, that is 4012. Okay, so 4012, and third structure is having the address of the first structure, that is a, and that is 4000. So then we have defined a pointer, structure type pointer, and we are saying it is initialized with a. That means इस array का base address. Okay, that means this ptr is pointing to this particular array, this complete array. जैसे कि आपका a भी इसी array को point कर रहा है. Okay, a is a base address. A is keeping the base address of the array because the name of the array keeps the base address of the array. So ptr is also having the base address of the array. First we are saying that a0 dot z. What is a0? This is the structure a0, right? This is the structure a0, this is structure a1, and this is structure a2, right? This is structure a2. So a0 dot z, this is saying that go to the structure number a0, then access the member z. Okay, z के अंदर क्या है? Location 1000. That means it will print the string that is stored at the location 1000. At the location 1000 we have the string that is Nagpur. That means this statement will print Nagpur, right? Then we have ptr z. So ptr is pointing to this particular location, that is 4000. ओके और इसके अंदर आप जब ये कह रहा है कि जिसको पीटीआर पॉइंट कर रहा है, जिसको भी पीटीआर पॉइंट कर रहा है उसके मेंबर जेड पर जाओ. सो पीटीआर किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है? दिस एरे ए को पॉइंट कर रहा है, राइट? इट इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू फर्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर. इसका जो जेड पार्ट है दैट इज़ हैविंग द लोकेशन 1000, और 1000 लोकेशन पर क्या स्ट्रिंग स्टोर्ड है? नागपुर. दैट मीन्स इट विल अगेन प्रिंट द नागपुर. Then it is saying that go to a2, right? It is saying that go to a2. A2 is this structure. Okay, this structure is a2. Then in this structure access the part p. Okay, the member p is this. Okay, the member p is this. This is having the address 4000. So p is pointing to the structure a, right? It is having the address 4000. It is saying that go to the address 4000 and access the member number z. So the location 4000 is this, the member z is having the address 1000, and at the location 1000 we have Nagpur. That means it will print 3 times Nagpur. Okay, that's what it is saying. तो सिंपल सी चीज़ थी, इन्होंने बस आपको कंफ्यूज करने के लिए एक स्ट्रक्चर का जो एड्रेस है वो दूसरे स्ट्रक्चर में डाल दिया. क्योंकि कहने का मतलब क्या था कि इस तरह से आपके पास में एक एरे था स्ट्रक्चर्स का. ओके, इन दिस एरे यू हैव 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स. ओके, यू हैव 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स इन दिस एरे, और हर एक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर 3 मेंबर्स हैं. वी हैव 3 मेंबर्स इन एवरी स्ट्रक्चर लाइक दिस. एवरी स्ट्रक्चर इज हैविंग 3 मेंबर्स. जो पहला मेंबर है वो एक पॉइंटर है. ओके, वो कैरेक्टर टाइप पॉइंटर है, जैसे कि z है, i है और p है. लेकिन p जो है वो क्या है? स्ट्रक्चर का पॉइंटर है, राइट? दिस इज a, दिस इज फर्स्ट मेंबर दैट इज a, दिस इज a+1, राइट? एंड दिस इज a+2. तो इसने क्या कहा कि आपका जो यहाँ पर z है वो उसके अंदर एड्रेस है 1000, और 1000 जो एड्रेस है वो किसका एक स्ट्रिंग है? नागपुर. नागपुर मेमोरी के अंदर स्टोर्ड है, और उसका जो एड्रेस है दैट इज़ 1000. वो एड्रेस आपने यहाँ पर डाल दिया. फिर एक स्ट्रिंग है रायपुर. ओके, और रायपुर का जो एड्रेस है दैट इज़ लेट अस से 2000, और लेट अस से यहाँ पर आपकी एक स्ट्रिंग और है दैट इज़ कानपुर. ओके, और यहाँ ये लेट अस से स्टोर है 3000 लोकेशन से, राइट? सो आपने कहा कि यहाँ पर 1000 एड्रेस है. सब हर एक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर 3 चीज़ें हैं, z i p. ओके, z i p. पहले वाले का जो z है दैट इज़ ए कैरेक्टर पॉइंटर. यहाँ पर 1000 लोकेशन है, यहाँ पर 2000 लोकेशन है, और यहाँ पर 3000 लोकेशन है. ओके, जो स्ट्रक्चर जो इंटीजर वेरिएबल है i दैट इज़ हैविंग द वैल्यू 1, 2 एंड 3. अब ये जो p पार्ट है ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. यहाँ पर जो p पार्ट है वो है आपका a+1. a+1 मतलब क्या है कि जो आपका p है ये पॉइंट कर रहा है किसको? a+1 को, यानी कि सेकंड वाले स्ट्रक्चर को. इन द एरे सेकंड स्ट्रक्चर पॉइंटिंग बाय p. ओके, यहाँ पर क्या है? आपका a+2 है. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो सेकंड वाला स्ट्रक्चर है वो पॉइंट कर रहा है थर्ड वाले स्ट्रक्चर को, राइट? सो इस वाले स्ट्रक्चर का जो p पार्ट है वो पॉइंट कर रहा है a+2 को, और यहाँ पर है a. दैट मीन्स यहाँ पर जो p पॉइंटर है दैट इज़ ए स्ट्रक्चर टाइप पॉइंटर, एंड दिस इज पॉइंटिंग टू द स्ट्रक्चर a. ओके, इसको आपका ये वाला p पॉइंट कर रहा है, राइट? सो जब भी आप बोलते हो लेट अस से a0.z, a0.z का मतलब क्या है कि आप इस वाले जो आपका एरे ए है ना, ये आपका एरे ए है, इसके अंदर A0 ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर है, दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज A0, राइट, एंड दिस वन इज A1 एंड दिस वन इज A3, सॉरी A2। सो A0 मतलब इसकी बात कर रहे हो आप, A1 मतलब आप इसकी बात कर रहे हो, A2 मतलब आप इसकी बात कर रहे हो। तो A0 के अंदर जाओ, Z के अंदर जाओ, A0 डॉट जेड इज़ दिस। सो A0 डॉट जेड मतलब आप यहाँ पर पहुँच गए लोकेशन 1000 पर। जब आपने इसको प्रिंट एफ के अंदर पास किया लोकेशन 1000 को, तो इस लोकेशन पर जो भी आपकी स्ट्रिंग है वो प्रिंट हो जाएगी, दैट इज़ नागपुर, है ना। फिर आपने कहा लेट से PTR/Z, आप बोलते हो जब PTR एरो Z, इसका मतलब क्या है कि स्टार PTR डॉट जेड। तो पॉइंट जो PTR है वो जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है, PTR किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है, PTR इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू ए, राइट, PTR इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू ए। और ए के अंदर जो Z पार्ट है, ए के अंदर Z पार्ट क्या है, दिस, दैट मीन्स अगेन इट विल प्रिंट द नागपुर। फिर आपने अगर कहा लेट से A2 डॉट पी, यू आर सेइंग A2 डॉट पी एंड देन एरो Z। सो A2 का मतलब क्या है, A2 मतलब दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर, इस स्ट्रक्चर डॉट पी, इसके P वाले पार्ट पर जाओ, ओके, आप P वाले पार्ट पर पहुंच गए, एंड दैट इज़ हैविंग द एड्रेस ऑफ A, राइट। सो नाउ वी हैव A, सो दिस सेइंग दैट A ब्रैकेट A एरो Z, दैट मीन्स पहले A पर जाओ, A जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है, A किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है, इस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर को पॉइंट कर रहा है A जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है उसका Z पार्ट, Z मेंबर एक्सेस करो, उसका Z मेंबर क्या है 1000, सो यू विल एक्सेस द मेंबर 1000 एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो हैविंग द एड्रेस 1000 एंड द स्ट्रिंग स्टोर्ड एट लोकेशन 1000 इज नागपुर, राइट। आई थिंक अभी आपको थोड़ा सा क्लियर हुआ होगा। So in continuation of this question, let me ask you some other thing also. What will be printed by? Okay, अगर मैं आपसे बोलता हूँ what is printed by, printf percent s plus plus ptr bracket z, what will be printed by this printf statement? Okay, and what will be printed by this printf statement? Printf percent s a plus plus ptr, okay, I dot z, and what will be printed by printf percent s a minus minus ptr p I dot z. Okay, so try once this. Am I right in this? Okay. So it will print again Kanpur. So the answer will be Agpur, Kanpur and Kanpur. How many people got the sahi answer? No one. I think most of the people are having the problem in the third statement, third printf statement. Okay, let me explain you the third printf statement. The third printf statement is like this. So we have minus minus, that is outside the bracket. So we have minus minus ptr pi, ptr pi and then डॉट सेट. ओके, दिस इज़ व्हाट वी हैव. तो हम सबको पता है कि जब हमने प्लस प्लस पी टी आर किया तो प्लस प्लस पी टी आर करने के बाद में जो आपका पॉइंटर पी टी आर था दैट हैव रीच्ड ऑन द थर्ड ऑन द सेकेंड पॉइंटर, राइट. इनिशियली पी टी आर कहाँ पर था? इनिशियली पी टी आर जो है वो ए को पॉइंट कर रहा था. इनिशियली पी टी आर वॉज पॉइंटिंग टू ए. नाउ व्हेन वी डू प्लस प्लस पी टी आर दैट मीन्स नाउ पी टी आर इज पॉइंटिंग टू दिस ए प्लस वन, राइट. पी टी आर इज पॉइंटिंग टू दिस पी टी आर ए प्लस वन, राइट. तो आपने कहा पी टी आर पी, इसका मतलब क्या है कि पी टी आर जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है उसके पी वाले पार्ट पर जाओ. पी टी आर किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है? पी टी आर इज पॉइंटिंग टू दिस एंड इसका पी पार्ट क्या है? ए प्लस टू. तो ये आपको दे देगा ए प्लस टू. ओके, अब आपने कहा ए प्लस टू एंड देन ए प्लस टू एंड देन आई, राइट. इसने कहा कि ए प्लस टू जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है उसके आई वाले पार्ट पर जाओ. ए प्लस टू इसको पॉइंट कर रहा है तो आप इसके आई वाले पार्ट पर गए और आपको वहाँ पर मिला थ्री. तो अब ये हो गया है माइनस माइनस थ्री. ओके, सो ए माइनस माइनस थ्री का मतलब क्या है? ए टू. एंड ए टू डॉट जेड वी ऑलरेडी नो दैट इज़ ए टू आपका ये है. ए टू का जेड पार्ट इज़ हैविंग द लोकेशन 3000 एंड 3000 लोकेशन इज़ हैविंग द कानपुर, राइट. So second one you want to understand. So to understand the second one you should understand the actual diagram क्या है ना. अगर आपने ये चीज़ नहीं समझी है अभी तक कि डायग्राम कैसे बनाया हमने तो फिर थोड़ी मुश्किल हो सकती है आपको. So I told you that we have three structures, okay, and in these three structures so we have a array A. This is called as address A, this is called as address A plus 1, this is called as address A plus 2, right. So first this is having the z, this is having I and this is having p, right. And then it is also having z I, let's call them z1 I1 p1, z1 z2 I2 p2. Then we have z2 I2 p2, है ना. यहाँ पर क्या है? लोकेशन 1000 है, यहाँ पर इंटीजर वैल्यू 1 है और यहाँ पर पॉइंटर जो है वो क्या है? इट इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू a प्लस वन. दैट मीन्स दिस p इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू a प्लस वन, राइट. यहाँ पर जो वैल्यू है वो है आपकी 2000 एंड देन 2 एंड इट इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू a प्लस टू. फिर यहाँ पर आपकी जो एड्रेस है वो है 3000 जो पॉइंट कर रहा है कानपुर को और ये पॉइंट कर रहा है रायपुर को. एंड दिस इज हैविंग वैल्यू 3 एंड दिस इज हैविंग वैल्यू a. दैट मीन्स p2 इज पॉइंटिंग टू a. नाउ वी हैव डिक्लेयर अ पॉइंटर ptr एंड ptr इज एक्चुअली हैविंग द सेम एड्रेस एज a. ओके, जिसको भी a पॉइंट कर रहा है उसी को a ptr पॉइंट कर रहा है, राइट. आई थिंक नाउ इट इज़ क्लियर. सो व्हेन यू सेड, मैं एक बार आपको सेकंड वाला बताता हूँ. व्हेन यू सेड a प्लस प्लस ptr I, when you said a plus plus ptr I dot z, ओके, इसका मतलब क्या था? तो आप सबसे पहले जो सबसे हाईएस्ट प्रेजेंट्स है वो प्रैक्टिस किए. इनके अंदर आप जाओगे, ये विल से प्लस प्लस पी टी आर. प्लस प्लस पी टी आर का मतलब क्या है कि पहले पी टी आर यहाँ पर था, है ना. आपने इनिशलाइज़ किया था पी टी आर को ए के साथ में. अब जो आपने प्लस प्लस किया तो पी टी आर यहाँ पर पहुँच गया. नाउ पी टी आर इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, तो आपने कहा पी टी आर जिसको भी पॉइंट कर रहा है उसके आई वाले पार्ट पर जाओ. उसका आई वाली पार्ट क्या है? 2 है. उसके आई वाले पार्ट के अंदर वैल्यू है 2. तो ये बन गया a2 डॉट जेड. ओके, और a2 क्या है? वी नो दैट दिस इज़ a0 एंड दिस इज़ a1 एंड दिस इज़ a2. तो आपका ये है a2. सो गो टू द z पार्ट ऑफ a2. सो a2 इज़ दिस एंड द z पार्ट ऑफ a2 इज़ हैविंग द वैल्यू 3000. So 3000 address will be passed to the printf statement and printf statement will print the Kanpur string. Kanpur is stored at the location 3000. Right? That is how it is working. Okay, so try this question. This will clear your more concepts. Let us say we have a structure with the name of test, and in this we have some variable integer type variable I, and we have a character type pointer C. Okay, and then we are declaring a variable structure type. Okay, structure test st. Okay, and it is an array. ये एक array है structures का. Okay, it is an array of structures and every structure is a test type. In this I will have two members, right? That is integer variable and the pointer to a string. So let us say we have some values like this. 5 become, okay, 4 better. Then we have, let us say, 6 jungle. Then 8 ancestor. And 7 brother. ओके, ये आपका एक एरे है. इसके अंदर बहुत सारे स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, जैसे कि पहला स्ट्रक्चर, दूसरा स्ट्रक्चर, तीसरा स्ट्रक्चर है, फोर्थ 5. वी हैव द एरे ऑफ 5 स्ट्रक्चर्स. ओके, इन द मेन फंक्शन आई एम प्रिंटिंग समथिंग एंड दैट समथिंग इज लाइक दिस. So first I am declaring a pointer of structure type structure test star pointer equals to st. This pointer is pointing to this particular array. Okay, then I am saying p plus equals to 1. Okay, this ptr plus equals to 1. So my first printf statement is I want to find out the value of plus plus p plus plus c. Okay, that is my first statement. Okay, so tell me what will be the printed by this particular printf statement. So plus plus p plus plus and then this arrow sign and c. Okay, so this is ptr. This p is ptr. So I told you that this membership selection operator is having higher precedence than the plus plus operator, that is PTR plus plus. तो पहले क्या करोगे आप, पहले आप करोगे, इसका मतलब सिंपल सा ये कि पहले आप करोगे PTR C, you will access this, and then you will do PTR plus plus. Okay, so PTR is pointing to this second structure, and the C part of this is having the address 2000. Okay, then you will increment the address 2000, it will become 2000 plus 1, because this string is having the address 2000. Better is stored like this, right? This is what 2000, then 2001. So string starting from 2001 is ATTER, ATTER, right? Then string will be, then this pointer will be incrementing to this particular structure. Now PTR will point to this, right? Then we have second printf statement, and tell me what will be the answer for this particular printf statement. Second one is star plus plus p slash c, p arrow c. So star plus plus p arrow c. So because this is having higher precedence, so first you will access pc, right? And so p arrow c, that means whatever p is pointing to, whatever PTR is pointing to, so PTR is pointing to this particular structure, that is this structure, right? PTR is pointing to this structure, and in this structure we have a part C. Okay, that means this is having the address 3000, this is having the address 3000. Then it is saying that increment 3000 by 1, you will get the address 3001. Then it is saying that get the value from the address 3001. Okay, get the value from the address 3001. So what is the value at the address 3001? That is u. Okay, so this means that the value is stored like this: G U N G L E and then null character. Okay, so this is 3000, this is 3001, right? At the location 3001 we have a character, that is u. That means the value printed by this will be character u, right? ये तो सिंपल है काफ़ी, है ना? Then you have p0.i. Okay, so when I'm writing p, this means that ptr0.i. So PTR is right now printing to which particular structure? This is pointing to this structure, right? So the value I of this structure is 6. Okay, the structure pointed by PTR is this structure, and in this structure we have a I variable, and the value of this I variable is, the value of this I variable is 6, right? Then we have fourth printf statement, and the fourth printf statement is pc. Okay, what will be printed by this particular statement? So p is pointing to this particular structure, right? P is pointing to this structure, and the C part of this structure is 3000. Okay, so you will go to the location 3000, and then we know that this location is actually incremented to 3001 now. Okay, it is incremented to 3001, so it will start printing the string from 3001, right? Because C is now having the address 3001. So that's why the string printed by this will be UNGLE. Okay, the string is stored like this: JUNGLE and then null. यहाँ पर है आपका 3000 और यहाँ पर है 3001. तो जो आपने कहा कि आपको ये P का C मेंबर एक्सेस करना है, वी नो दैट C पहले इंक्रीमेंट हो चुका था, वी हैड ऑलरेडी इंक्रीमेंटेड C. आपने यहाँ पर C को इंक्रीमेंट कर दिया था, right? So it will be printing jungle, that is UNGLE. Okay. इसको आप न्यूमेरिकली एड्रेस लिख के भी देख सकते हो. अगर आपको न्यूमेरिकली एड्रेस लिख के करना है तो आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो या फिर ऐसे भी कर सकते हो. So if you have two variable, for example you have this operator plus plus, that is a unary operator, and you have a member selection member, let us say p dot c. So you can see that p is associated with two operators, that is plus plus and then dot operator. And remember that dot operator is having higher precedence than the plus plus. That means first you will apply the dot operator, then you will apply the plus plus operator. So first you will find out the p dot c, and then you will increment it, right? So we know that p dot c is nothing but 3000, है ना? Then you will incrementing plus plus 3000, that means now c will become 3001. Okay, C will be pointing to now 3001. So because of this reason we got P slash C UNGLE. Okay. प्लीज़ रिपीट थ्री, थ्री को रिपीट करूँ तो थ्री तो बहुत, थ्री तो सबसे सिंपल है. थ्री सेइंग दैट P0 डॉट आई. ओके, P0 डॉट आई. सो P0 डॉट आई का मतलब क्या है कि वॉट एवर P इज़ प्रिंटिंग टू गो टू दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट. P0 का मतलब क्या है, पहली चीज़ तो आप ये बताओ मुझे, अगर आपको याद हो मैंने एरे में आपको क्या बताया था. आई टोल्ड यू दैट व्हेन यू हैव A0 का मतलब क्या है, A0 मीन्स स्टार A प्लस ज़ीरो, है ना, यही तो मतलब है ना. तो अगर आपने कहा P0 तो P0 का मतलब क्या हुआ, P0 का मतलब हुआ स्टार P प्लस ज़ीरो, राइट. एंड P प्लस ज़ीरो जो है वो P होगा, दैट मीन्स स्टार P. सो P0 इज़ नथिंग बट स्टार P, राइट. P0 इज़ नथिंग बट स्टार P, है ना. तो इसको मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ, इसको मैं लिख सकता हूँ स्टार P डॉट आई. स्टार P डॉट आई लिख सकता हूँ ना, उसको कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बस मैंने P0 को स्टार P बोल दिया. अब मुझे पता है कि स्टार P और डॉट को मैं इस तरह से लिख सकता हूँ P एरो आई, इस तरह से भी लिख सकता हूँ ना. दैट मीन्स ये चीज़ जो है इक्विवेलेंट है P एरो आई के. दैट मीन्स वॉट एवर P इज़ पॉइंटिंग टू गो टू द मेंबर आई ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर. So P is pointing to a structure, go to the member I of that structure, and the member I is having the value 6 of this structure, right. So agar somewhere it is written that you have P0 dot I, you know that you can write P0 as star P, right. Star P dot I already told you that you can write it like this, P arrow I, right. So P is pointing to some structure and that structure is having two members, that is I and some pointer C, which is pointing to some string 3000, right. So this is a structure st2 in my structure, in my array. So P is pointing to this structure, right. Go to the I part of that structure and you will get 6. Okay, let's see one more good question with the by adding functions and the structures, how we can get a good question by combining structures and functions. So this is a gate question, one of the complex questions in structure and union. So in this we have a program like this, star include, hash include, stdio dot h. Okay, so we have then structure node and char star A and char star B. Okay, and we have a variable declared T. Okay, so T is a node type variable. Node is a data type and T is a node type variable, right. Then we have a function, we are declaring two function, void f1 which will take a structure type variable s, and then we have one more function, void f2, and this will take as an argument T type pointer, that is structure type pointer. Okay, so T is a variable, T is a data type and P is a type of T. Then we have a main function, and in the main function we have initialized this T structure and we are taking a variable s and that is initialized with AB. So we have two characters, that is A and B, right. And that means inside A we will be having the address of A, inside B we will be having the address of B. Then printf percent s s dot A s dot B, right. then we have f1 as we are calling the function f1. Printf percent s dot a s dot b, and then we have f2 address of s. We are calling the function f2 by passing the address of the structure. Okay, we are passing the address of this structure in this function f2. So you can see one thing very clearly, this is a call by value and this is called by reference, right? So the definition of these functions is given. For example, the definition of function f1 is like this. In this we are declaring a variable s of t type, and then we are saying s1 s dot a equals to u, and then s dot b equals to v. Okay, then printf this is the definition of the function f1, and this is the definition of function f2. Because in the function f2 we are passing the address of a structure, so we have to declare a pointer of structure type here. So p is a structure type pointer, and then we are saying p a equals to v, right? p b equals to w, printf percent s p a and p b return. Okay, so there are 4 options given for this question, and the first option is, A option is it will print ab uv vw and vw. Option B is it will print ab uv ab vw. Option C is it will print ab uv uv and then vw. Option D is it will print ab uv and vw and uv. ओके सर, ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. बहुत ही सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है. इसके अंदर आपको 2 फंक्शन दिए हुए हैं और एक स्ट्रक्चर डिफाइन किया हुआ है नोड के नाम से. ओके, और वी हैव डिक्लेयर्ड अ वेरिएबल ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर टाइप. ओके, सो इस स्ट्रक्चर टाइप नोड टाइप का हमने एक टी वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर किया, एंड दिस टी वेरिएबल इज़ हैविंग 2 पॉइंटर्स, दैट इज़, सो टी इज़ ए स्ट्रक्चर, it is having 2 pointers and these pointers are pointing to 2 strings. Okay, so we have initialized this t and we have taken a variable of t types and the values assigned this variable is a and b. So this means that we have a string a stored somewhere in memory and we have a string b which is stored also somewhere in the memory, and the addresses of these 2 strings are stored in these pointers. Okay, in the pointer a, in the pointer b, in the pointer a and in the pointer b we have stored these addresses, right? उसके बाद में मेन फंक्शन के अंदर हमने कहा printf percent s s dot a s dot b. That means the structure x, the x is the a part of the structure s. Okay, the member a of the structure s, the member a of the structure s is having the address 1000 and the string stored at this particular address is a. So this will print ab. Okay, this will print ab. Then you will go to the function, this is saying that call the function f1 with the variable s. That means आपने फंक्शन f1 को कॉल किया स्ट्रक्चर के साथ में, तो यहाँ पर स्ट्रक्चर पास होगा right? This structure S is being passed here. This structure S is being passed to this function, and we have declared a variable S. So we have a local variable here. इस function के अंदर एक local variable होगा, that is a structure type variable. So we have a structure type variable S in which we will copy these two addresses, that is 1000 and 2000. Then we are taking that the S dot A equals to U and S dot B equals to V. So this means that internally these will be copied. Okay, so जो first function call हो गया आपकी, the first function call will not change these two values, it will change the copies. That means we have the copy of U and we have the copy B. Okay, so we have A in which we are copying A, and we have B in which we are copying V. Then we are printing S dot B. That means these two local values will be printed, and it will print UV. Okay, it will print UV because this is call by value. So original AB will not be changed. Original parameters will not be changed. Only the copies will be modified. Right? These two values will become UV in only local function. Then you are saying printf %d, %s, %s, s dot a, s dot b. Because these values are not changed, again AB will be printed. Right? Again AB will be printed. They are calling the function f2, but this time we are calling the function f2 with the address of structure S. Let us say this structure S is starting from the location 3000. This means that this address 3000 is being passed in this function. So you will go to the function f2 in which we have a pointer, and this pointer P is pointing to a structure, that is a structure S. Okay, so P is pointing to a structure S in which we have A and B. So we have two addresses, that is 1000 and 2000. Right? So then we are saying whatever P is pointing to, go to the A part of this, that is this, and access the V value. So that means these two values will be modified now. Okay, the values will be modified and they will become VW. Okay, the values will become VW. This time they will be modified. So AB UV, AB VW. That is option B will be the right answer. So this question is mixture of call by value, call by reference, structures, pointers and strings. So there are lots of things mixed in this question. तो अगर इंटरनेट में कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा तो वो इस तरह से कई सारे कॉन्सेप्ट को मिक्स करके ही आएगा, जैसे कि ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. राइट, तो अगर आपको कोई भी लेट से कोई भी प्रोग्राम, कोई भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ रहे हो, फॉर एग्जांपल आप पॉइंटर पढ़ रहे हो, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एग्जाम में पॉइंटर पे ही क्वेश्चन आएगा. एग्जाम में जो क्वेश्चन आएगा, आपको एक प्रोग्राम दिया हुआ होगा और उस प्रोग्राम के अंदर उन्होंने कॉल बाय वैल्यू, कॉल बाय रेफरेंस भी यूज़ करा हुआ होगा, उसके अंदर उन्होंने पॉइंटर्स भी यूज़ करे हुए होंगे, उसके अंदर उन्होंने एरे भी यूज़ करे गए होंगे. ओके, जिस तरह से यहाँ पर एक प्रोग्राम थे आपके ये स्ट्रिंग के साथ में. In these programs you have the structures also, you have the pointers also, and you have the strings also. Right? So most important topic of C programming is array, pointers, structures and the strings. These four are the very important points. इनके बिना प्रोग्रामिंग भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है. स्ट्रक्चर, पॉइंटर, एरे एंड स्ट्रिंग्स, दीज आर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स ऑफ दिस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. और यही चार आपके ऐसे बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स है जो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज को बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग बना दे रहे हैं. राइट, तो स्ट्रक्चर और यूनियन में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, बस एक थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है स्ट्रक्चर और यूनियन में. जैसे कि आपने अगर कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर डिक्लेयर किया, व्हेन यू डिक्लेयर अ स्ट्रक्चर लाइक दिस, स्ट्रक्चर ए, इन दिस लेट अस से यू हैव 3 मेंबर्स, इंट ए, ओके, कैर बी, लेट अस से फ्लोट सी. तो इस केस में क्या होगा आपका, इन दिस व्हाट विल हैपन इज इट विल टेक 2 बाइट्स प्लस 1 बाइट प्लस 4 बाइट्स, है ना. ये जो आपका डेटा टाइप होगा, डेटा टाइप ए विल टेक 4 बाइट्स, 7 बाइट्स. मतलब अगर आप कोई भी वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करोगे ए टाइप का, लेट अस से यू डिक्लेयर अ वेरिएबल n1 n2 n3 ऑफ ए टाइप, दैट मीन्स ऑल दीज वेरिएबल्स विल टेक 7 बाइट्स इन द मेमोरी. व्हेन दे आर इनिशियलाइज्ड they will take 7 bytes in the memory. But union says that it will, so union, if you declare any variable, if you make any data type using the union, let us say union u, in case of union you will take the maximum value. Okay, in case of union, let us say if you declare int a, same thing, char b and float c. So union says that अगर आपको let us say आपने 3 वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर किए, you have declared 3 members in this structure v. Okay, in this structure V you have declared 3 members, and if you want to use any one member at one time, then only like I will calculate the memory only for the highest memory location. That means, for example, float is taking the highest memory out of all these 3 members, so union will take only 4 bytes. Okay, so union will take the maximum of all the members of the union. आप यूनियन के अंदर कितने भी मेंबर्स डिक्लेयर करो, जो भी मेंबर्स सबसे ज़्यादा मेमोरी ले रहा होगा वही आप यूज़ करोगे। और स्ट्रक्चर और यूनियन को आप एक साथ भी यूज़ कर सकते हो। यू कैन यूज़ द स्ट्रक्चर एंड यूनियन इन ईच अदर। फॉर एग्जांपल आप एक यूनियन के अंदर एक स्ट्रक्चर भी ले सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल इफ़ यू हैव अ यूनियन यू, इन दिस यूनियन यू कैन डिक्लेयर अ वेरिएबल ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर टाइप, स्ट्रक्चर ए, लेट अस से L1। तो मैंने एक स्ट्रक्चर ए डिक्लेयर किया A1 टाइप का, L1 टाइप, एंड देन आई कैन टेक अदर वेरिएबल ऑल्सो लाइक इंटीजर ए and char C. This means that in this union U we have three members. One member is a structure. In this structure we have three members. Then we have member A. Then we have member C. So in the memory we will take the maximum of these. For example, this first member L1 is a structure, right? Member L1 is a structure in which we have three members, that is A, B, and then C. Right, A is taking 2 bytes, B is taking 1 byte, and C is taking 4 bytes. That means L1 member of this union U is taking 7 bytes, this member is taking only 2 byte, and this member is taking only 1 byte. So 7 byte space will be allocated to this union. So union will take only the maximum of the space. बाकी सारी functionalities बिल्कुल same है. Everything is same in union and structure. The difference is only in this concept. In case of structure, 7 byte memory will be allocated. अगर आप इसी को यूनियन डिक्लेयर कर दो, इन केस ऑफ यूनियन ओनली 4 बाइट्स विल बी एलोकेटेड। ओके, यू विल टेक द मैक्सिमम ऑफ ऑल दी लोकेशन. So union consider that union says that maybe you will not use all the members of the union at one time. So what I can do is I can reuse the memory. पहले मैं किसी एक वेरिएबल को, जो भी आप पहले यूज़ करोगे उसको मेमोरी एलोकेट कर दूंगा. उसके बाद में अगर आपको दूसरा वेरिएबल यूज़ करना है तो उसी मेमोरी के अंदर मैं इस वेरिएबल को पुट कर दूंगा. Okay, so if you want to use any one variable at one time, then you can use the union. And if your demand is that I will use all the variables of the union at one time, then you have to use the structure. Right, that is the only difference between union and structure. Right, so let us meet at now 8 p.m. in the complete course. So next class will be from 8 to 9:30 p.m. according to the schedule of the complete course. This will be third class of complete course. In the first class we have only introduced about the course. In the first class we have discussed. In the second class we have discussed about the call by value, call by reference, and call by copy restore. Right, so this is the third class of the complete course at 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Then 9:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. or 11:15 p.m. Deepak sir will take the class, and Deepak sir will teach the remaining topic of the graph theory. He will solve the previous year questions of the graph theory. Right, so this will be the schedule for today. Okay, so now I'm closing the class. If you have any doubt in this class, you can write down your doubts and you can send me on the discussion group. Okay, I will try to answer all your questions on the group. Okay, and this PPT also I will upload. In this PPT I have written lots of content. I will upload this PPT in the drive and you will get the access to this PPT. Right, and I will uploading lots of questions of C programming. Try to practice those questions. जितना ज़्यादा आप C प्रोग्रामिंग में प्रैक्टिस करोगे, C प्रोग्रामिंग एंड मैथमेटिक्स रिक्वायर्स ओनली प्रैक्टिस. राइट, जितना आप डिस्क्रीट मैथमेटिक्स में और C प्रोग्रामिंग में प्रैक्टिस करोगे आप उतना ही बिल्कुल एक्सपर्ट होते चले जाओगे. बल्कि जो क्वेश्चंस मैंने आपको, वॉट एवर क्वेश्चंस आई हैव डिस्कस्ड इन दिस क्लास, इफ़ यू सॉल्व दोज क्वेश्चंस अगेन बाय योर सेल्फ, देन ऑल्सो यू विल बी वेरी गुड इन प्रोग्रामिंग. Okay, what examples I have given is these examples are really like best example in C programming. Okay, every concept is actually cleared by all these examples. Okay, so thank you for attending the class.